So glad I could share my embarrassing stories with you guys. Anyway. Hello! Welcome back to the Spoonie Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon the Spoonie Stitcher, you're inside the Stitchery, and I'm so happy you're here today. If you're new, hi! I'm Shannon. I'm the Spoonie Stitcher. A spoonie is somebody who has a chronic condition, and a stitcher is somebody who makes art with textiles. This channel is all about creativity. Anything that makes your creative juices flowing, that's what we try to do on this channel. So if that sounds like something that sounds fun to you, maybe hit the subscribe button. Oh wait. Thank you so much. Maybe hit like button while you're down there as well. That tells the algorithm you want more stuff like this. Today, I don't know what we're gonna do, but stay tuned and we'll have fun together. Hello. Happy Easter week. This video is something else. So in short, my week has not gone according to plan. Could have gone to the ER. Super fun. No, don't want to talk about it. I have had to basically put together a bunch of clips and make them into a video. And I am here to try and connect them. We'll do our best. So this is Easter fails and sales. Yay! We'll start with the sale part because that's probably why you're here, to be honest. But the fails part are some stories that I put on my Instagram, and then I just screen recorded them so that I could put them on here. I'm not taping the story twice, so yeah. But I will do my best to connect them. This week has been a disaster, and if I didn't have to do some things for companies or didn't need a video to go out before the 20th so that I get paid this month, I wouldn't have made a video at all today. Monday is International Tea Day. It will not be a tea video, and it's very upsetting for me because I had a very cool video planned and life just isn't going as planned right now. So none of that got filmed, none of it's going to get done. Maybe I'll have a tea video that's really cool later in the year, but definitely not Monday. So yeah. Instead, I have a Happy Meal video that I've been saving for when I needed a video, and I need a video. So there will be a Happy Meal video on Monday. Different companies that I've ordered from, they're not all yarn related. Are any of them yarn related actually? Yeah, one. And yeah, it's just gonna be a Happy Meal video. That's my point. However, Thursday, yes, another Thursday video, I know. Thursday, I am doing my very first Melic Adventures video. So please join me for that. I'm really excited, and I'm excited to join their collab. And I'm also really glad that I filmed it 2 weeks ago. So glad I filmed it 2 weeks ago, because it would not have happened now. It is taking so much effort for me to just sit in this chair and do this video. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about some sales that are coming up this weekend. First of all, I work for Twice Sheared Sheep. Twice Sheared Sheep sells luxury crochet and knitting notions, items, hand-dyed yarn. They make beautiful stitch markers. They make lovely row counters, all kinds of things. So they've got an Easter deal for something called an Easter egg, and I've got a clip all about that. Checked. I highly recommend using this company in general, but you'll definitely want to check them out during the Easter sale. The Easter sale is April 16th through the 20th, and it's a lot of fun. All you have to do is add an Easter egg to your cart. Yes, an actual Easter egg to your cart. Enter the code EGGHUNT, all in caps, and you'll get it free with your order. So what's inside the Easter egg? A mystery row counter. Will it be one that's in the store, or will it be one nobody else has ever seen? Don't know, that's part of the mystery. So check out the Easter sale. There'll be lots of other items in the sale as well. And please use my link down below if you want to shop, because it does help the channel, which ends up helping you, because with that money I can get stuff for the channel and then get you more content, so we all win here. So please check out the Twice Sheared Sheep Easter sale, April 16th through the 20th. Thank you. That's all you gotta do. Really easy, really fun. Also, I work for OPhire, and OPhire has come out with a brand new hook. Let's see the unboxing. Let's unbox OPhire's newest hook, the MAGNOLIA. I truly haven't seen it yet. Wow! That beautiful dark green mixed with that cream pearlescent color with all that gold glitter. Now if only it smelled like a magnolia. Ooh, look at that. So beautiful. And available now. Link below. Here she is. So this is the Magnolia. Isn't she just the finest little thing you've ever seen? Isn't she, darling? I think she's gorgeous. Ugh. This might be one of my favorites that they've ever put out. So, if you want to get a Magnolia hook for yourself, it'll be linked down below. Lion Brand is having a sale on anything in their clearance section. I think it's 20% off. Hirschner's is doing like their clean out sale, so they're kind of switching seasons right now, and so they've got a really cool deal going on. Premier Yarns has something coming out tomorrow. That's all I can say. Look for something tomorrow on Premier's website. Not sure if it's still going on, but We Crochet was doing a 20% off their store. But I'm not sure if that's still going on, so you'll have to check. I also work for a couple other companies. I work for VALARI, the VALARI pillow, you know, keeps your arms up and you can crochet. And it's funny, they're actually learning to crochet now because so many crocheters have decided to work for them that they're now curious. They designed this as like a gaming pillow, but so many crocheters and knitters have been using it that they decided to take up crochet, which I think is funny. So they've been making little videos on their account about their journey. It's very cute. So I don't know if they have a deal going on right now, but you're always welcome to check. And I do have a 15% off whenever you use my code down below. So if you want to get 15% off a pillow and try it out this Easter, click the link below. I don't work for any companies that I don't trust and I don't like. So when I tell you that I like something, I like it. When I'm recommending it to you, I like it. If I work for them, I like it. Okay? And those are all the sales and deals and stuff I know about. So hope that helps. Happy shopping. Okay, so the past weekend and a little bit into this week, I decided to try resurrection rolls because it's Easter and I like to bake. And, well, it didn't go according to plan. So it's Easter, and in my home, we like to make Easter treats. And I couldn't find the little bunny feet this year, so I couldn't make my cupcakes. That's a shame. I like to make the little grass cupcakes with the little bunny feet and the little ears. You know, you cut the marshmallow in half, and you get the two little ears, and you dunk them in pink sugar so they look like little bunny ears, and you get the little cottontail, and anyway. Couldn't make that this year, so I decided to make resurrection rolls. I've heard of them for a long time, but I never actually made one. So if you don't know what a resurrection roll is, it's showing your kids the story of Jesus. It's really, really beautiful. So the marshmallow is like Jesus's body. And then you have a cinnamon sugar mixture, and that's like the spices they put around his burial cloth. And then you roll him up in dough, so it's like the burial cloth. So he's all rolled up in the dough, and then you pack it really, really tight, and that's the tomb. And you place it in the oven, and the oven is like the 3 days. And so you wait, and then you explain to the kids, and then when you take it out of the oven, you open up the rolls and they're hollow. The mixture has like soaked into the bread, although the bread's still crunchy, which is fun. But you open it up and it's hollow because he has risen. He wasn't in the tomb. So it's really cool. Mine didn't go so well. So I sealed the edges. I pinched the tar out of that crescent roll dough. I was pinching like crazy so that all my little seams were closed. No. I didn't do a very good job because it made a huge mess. Oh, thank the Lord for parchment paper. So the marshmallow got all over the parchment paper and not my pans. But you know what? It's just an experiment, right? I just gotta make it work. So I told my mom, I said, the next time we do this, we have to approach this scientifically. I said, we need to make like 4 rolls and then write 1, 2, 3, 4 and write down what we did. We did this for number 1, this for number 2, this for number 3, and this for number 4. So we know that like when we make our batch for Easter, then we're gonna know this is the one we want to do. Because I tried 2 attempts tonight. I tried to get the crescent roll as a square, well, a rectangle, and then, you know, roll it up and then pinch the sides. And I pinched the seams together really, really, really well. Like, I didn't think they were going to come undone. And actually, that one was the most successful. The other ones, I tried to roll just as a regular crescent roll and then roll them 2 directions. So roll this way and roll this way with the other one so that everything was covered. Apparently, I missed quite a few seams because it oozed out. Technically, the rolls were hollow because all of the ingredient was on the parchment paper. Oops. So, it happens. And it didn't make, you know, a big mess that I had to clean up. Luckily, I could just throw the parchment paper away. But I will say, successful or not, delicious. Wow. That is really good. And I'm so excited because it's kind of like a cinnamon roll a little bit. And I can't have cinnamon rolls, at least the kind you get from the can and stuff, because normally I can't have processed stuff. Crescent rolls, for some reason, my body gets away with. It doesn't have a problem with it. We make things from scratch here, but we don't make, like, things that have bread. We don't do that. My mom used to make bread when we lived in Israel, but ever since then, I don't think she ever wants to do that again. So I may actually make these for myself. They only take about 12 minutes in the microwave. No, in the oven. So I might make those for myself for Christmas, and everybody else can have cinnamon rolls. Because it's kind of like a cinnamon roll. And the marshmallow is kind of like icing. So, you know, I know. But I thought you guys might want to hear my fail, because you know what? I fail a lot. And that's okay. Sometimes failure is good. Failure just happens. Just don't give up. I'm ecstatic with my failure. You know what? Because I just proved how not to do it. And I just told you how not to do it. Don't do the 2 triangles 2 different ways. It doesn't work. Try to make a rectangle as much as possible. Roll it up and pinch the sides. That was my most successful one. It only oozed out one side. The other ones went. I have a picture, so maybe I'll make a vlog and y'all can see. Maybe I'll make a vlog of like my whole resurrection roll experience and see if I finally get one that actually works. That would be awesome. But I'm gonna try again. You know what? I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna try again. I think maybe if I cut those marshmallows in half, maybe they're just too big, and somehow figure out how to make that seam go away. Maybe if I use butter to like hold it in place. I don't know. It'll be an experiment. I may or may not make a video about it because they may be called resurrection rolls, but doesn't mean you can only have them during Easter. I mean, I think I told you in the video I plan to make them during Christmas because they're kind of like cinnamon rolls and I can actually have that. So, yeah, I might make them during Christmas. I also recently had a live talking about the PBM pod. If you want to know about that, I will link the live down below. But I had to leave abruptly because I was in serious pain and I had to leave. I've never cut a live off like that before, but I really had to leave and I was in a lot of pain. And here's a Spoonie Brain story for you. Because even when I'm in pain, Spoonie Brain takes over. Enjoy. A lot of you know that I went live today on my YouTube channel, the Spoonie Stitcher, and we were talking about the PBM pod. And I had to leave abruptly because life happens, pain happens, and there we go. I had a really bad pain attack, and it's still kind of going on. It's a little better now, but it's still kind of going on. So what happened was I went upstairs to help my chest pain. I have a lidocaine cream that I use, a really strong one, because lidocaine can help pain in certain circumstances because a lot of my pain is nerve related. But then it was on my hands, and I just figured I'm just going to rub it in, you know, because it's for nerve pain, so it can't be harmful on my hands. And it's not harmful for your hands at all. However, I went about my evening, I guess, and I was sitting and I was editing a video for Friday. And occasionally I will touch my lips, and I didn't realize that till today, but apparently I can touch my lips when I'm thinking. So I was thinking, and I was editing my video, and within about 15 to 20 minutes after I had used the lidocaine cream on myself, my lips went numb. Scared to death. Hadn't had anything to drink, hadn't had anything to eat. Nothing like that. Y'all have already figured it out. There was lidocaine on my hands, and I touched my lips. So it meant numb. But I was freaking out. I was like, I haven't had anything to eat. I've only had things to drink. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a new bottle. It's a new water bottle. Maybe there was like some chemical from the factory or something that leaked onto the bottle. I don't know. I just had all kinds of thoughts. And then I went, oh my gosh, did I wash my sheets recently? Did I like touch my sheets and then somehow touch my face? All kinds of thoughts went through my head. They were all wrong, but they all went through my head. And then finally it dawned on me. I didn't wash my hands after I did the lidocaine cream. There's lidocaine on my lips. And now in my lips. So I went into the bathroom and I got a washcloth and I started scrubbing. And instantly I started to have feeling back in my lips. Not perfect, but I scrubbed really hard. And I think I just exfoliated my lips. But I was scrubbing really, really hard, and I started to get a little bit of feeling back in my lips, and I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. And then, of course, I washed my hands, because I was like, I'm getting this stuff off of me. It took several hours for it to start to, like, have more feeling, because it's a good cream. I think it's medical grade. I mean, it's a good cream, so, you know, you want it to be strong. Don't put it on your lips. It'll feel like you went to the dentist. Yeah. Spoonie Brain is real. Spoonie Brain is totally real. So now you know. Don't use lidocaine on your lips, even accidentally. Yeah. So glad I could share my embarrassing stories with you guys. Anyway, you live and learn. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, there's a video on Monday and a video on Thursday next week. Oh, also, Teresa and I are live on her channel Thursday of next week, and we have a surprise for you. So, don't forget to check that out. Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too. And happy Easter. He is risen.